Hey there, I hope you're well. I wanted to come on and just send you some greetings. I have been AWOL the last couple of weeks. So many things have been happening health-wise, just quite a lot of different things, as well as some illness. Whatever's been going around has been a lot, but I wanted to come on quickly and address the season, the energy of the season. It is, some people will celebrate Halloween, some people celebrate Samhain, and some people celebrate their ancestors in this particular time of year. Now, what we have to understand is we're cyclical beings, we're cyclical natural beings, and before anyone tries to put any context, or any religious or spiritual spin to it, we need to understand that this particular living entity that we're on, the planet, spins and experiences different levels of seasons. We also have to understand that the planet is alive. It is a live, breathing entity, being that is gracefully housing us human beings who are being very disrespectful. That being said, when the natural seasons are moving through their processes and their phases, one of the seasons is death, and we are entering into the apex of that season, or the depth, or passing through the transitory portal of that season, meaning when the leaves leave the ground, when the leaves leave the trees and fall to the ground, this is where we know that the presence of death is around, right? There's mold, there's decay, there's discoloring, disfiguration. And so it's represented in nature, and it's also something that's true for us. So our spiritual connection to the other side is also very active. This isn't a bad thing. It's just natural. And so what used to happen was, through the natural progress of the seasons, people used to take a moment to worship their ancestors who have passed on, to worship the dead who have passed on. Now, when the church decided that they wanted control and they wanted to convert people, they didn't want people to be studying or worshiping or following their natural traditions. And so they took one of their patron saints and placed it on the 31st of October, creating it a hallowed day, hence Halloween, and finding a way to intermingle both holidays together. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to mention. Two other things that are important. This season there's a lot of different things going on. There's a lot of mixed communication that's going on. It's a very important season for those who are very much into understanding the cycles of the earth, the cycles of nature, the cycle of the planet. Some people will associate it with the witch's new year. There's so much speculation as to what a witch is. The last definition that I understand is someone who understands the craft of herbalism, medicine, and intuitive healing. That's what I understand a witch to be. But there are many women and men who enter into connection with their ancestors at this time to just spend a moment in veneration, to remember. Many cultures do this. They will go to the cemetery, bring food, bring offerings, or sing, chant, create altars to their loved ones who have passed on. It doesn't necessarily mean that every single person is entering into ancestral veneration and conjuring and actually bringing up different kinds of deities and spirits and faculties on this day. Some people are very much just giving honor to their elders who have come before them, who have died and gone on, who support and watch their families and their daily doings. The other piece that I want to mention is that because of the nature of where we live here now on this planet in this particular time, space, paradigm, continuum, it's important we understand that there are people who do things with the energy to bend it in a way that is less than desirable, less than loving, loving. They do things with high energy times during the year that create more calamity, chaos, and destruction. These things are real. We have to not sweep under the rug a lot of the controversy that has arisen around, very important people and, what happens with children. And so what we do know is that these kinds of seasons that also have high energy can also contribute to some of what goes on in some of these private practices that people are having right now. So I wanted to shed light on this because I find that with the way that, the society has created such a veil, such an illusion over natural sciences, over spirit science, over spirit, over intuition, over the soul, and how to interpret this, be it through gifts of the spirit, be it through, your clair gifts, clairaudient, clairsalience, claircognizant, all these different things. I really want women, especially, people who are on the edge, of understanding, what religion is and what spirituality is and trying to make these connections. It's important that you ask these questions and you not be fearful of what's there. And I know that there are many different versions, and some of the more perpetuated versions are there for a particular reason, right? The less you know about how to create light in your body and when and how and why to use the natural cycles that happen around us that are available to us on this God-given planet, right? The less you know, the less you're able to do. And the more you live in fear, the more you succumb and you give in to the energies that would appreciate you staying in the state that you're in. So the work that I do is around helping to dispel this as women as we womb carriers step into our strength, as we step into our beingness, and our excellence. It's important that we subscribe to the natural cycles that are around us for our own rhythm, for our own alignment, and for our own, intuitive healing and the potential of evolution in and around us. So y'all, that was what I came on to share with you all today. I hope that you're doing well during this eclipse season. I'm going to be posting more often. I have been, looking at a lot of different things, revamping and redoing, but I've been around and I'll be back again soon. Take care wherever you are. Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night.